Hello, welcome to Vintage Cookbooks and Crafts. My name is Barbara and I have collected cookbooks for over 50 years. And if you had watched some of my other videos, you would know that I have collected cookbooks. What you may not know is that I also collect crochet books. I have many volumes, binders, full of different vintage crochet books. So I'll bring the camera over so you can see them. This is my binder with crochet. Actually, there's knitting and tatting and other things in these books too. But it's the American Thread Company Star Books. I start at 1935. The Star Book of Crochet Designs. This is the book number 1. Then I jump to book number 3, 1936. Star Book of Crochet Edgings, Insertions, and Medallions. Book 7 has no date, but it's in the 1930s also. Book 9 has no date. It's also in the 1930s, closer to 1940. This is Star Book number 10, has no date, and it has a lot of, it has the shade pulls, which you could make to use on a ceiling fan as well. Bedspreads and tablecloths. This is 1941, book number 15. Oh, and I didn't mention, these first 2 books is Anne Orr, and she was a famous crochet designer. In 1941, no, this is no date. It's Cecilia Vanek. This is 41 with Cecilia Vanek. And this has crochet, knitting, and tatting. The Afghan book, 1941. 1942, the Star Book of 100 Edgings. 1942, Star Variety Show of knitted and crocheted models. No date, it's early 1940s. Doilies. Conserve with Crochet for the Home. No date, but it's the early 1940s again. This is book number 25. Number 28 is 1944 tablecloth book. Another Star tablecloth book, which is number 28 in 1944. They both say they're number 28, but they have different covers. This one shows a variety of the tablecloth patterns that are in this book. 1929 is the Star's Bride's Book of Home Sewing. 1944, Tatted and Crocheted Designs. 1944, Star Gift Book. 1944, Pot Holders. 1944, Star Bedspreads. 1946, Edgings. And they really have some beautiful edgings in here. 1946, Doilies. Crocheted and Tatted. Treasure Chest of Crochet, 1946. Chairbacks, 1946. Gifts Knitted and Crocheted, 1946. New Table Designs, 1946. Emblems and Church Laces. It's between 1946 and 1947, but they have like 4-H and Masons, Elk, and then the church laces. 1947, rugs. New tablecloths, 1948. Ruffled doilies, 1948. Handkerchief edgings, 1948. The Revised Beginner's Manual, and you can learn knitting, crocheting, and tatting, 1948. 1949 flower doilies. 1949 flower edgings for handkerchiefs, tablecloths, towels, scarves, sheets and cases, pillowcases, luncheon sets, and lingerie. 1949 crochet and tatting heirloom edition, best new designs. 1949 spreads that are different in motifs, easy to make. So you make your motifs, which are these like almost like squares that you would put together for a quilt, but they're all crocheted and put together. 1950. This is pocket pot holders, and there's a little pocket in the back of each. Here, I'll show you, of each of these pot holders. They're not just flat pot holders. There's a, like this is a strawberry, and they show on the back of the strawberry there's a thumb and there's a pocket on the top. And that's Star Book number 69 from 1950. $19.50 hot plate mats. That's your hot platters and stuff on. Doily bouquet, $19.50. Beautiful rugs, easy to make, tufted, crocheted, and braided, $19.50. Nylon knitting crochet. That's when they first came out with nylon yarns. $19.50 television and radio scarves. $19.51 crochet gay and gifty ideas. Crochet tatted hairpin lace edges, $19.51. Crochet for Christmas, ornaments, doll clothes, toys, $19.51. Dolls and Dolls, $19.51. Doilies, 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 $19.51. Gallery of Crochet and Knitting, $19.52. New, easy to make gift ideas. $19.52. Sparkling white doilies. Crocheted, tatted, hairpin lace, and knitted. $19.52 sweaters of nylon or wool. The Baby Book, crochet and knitted for warm and cold climates. This is either 1952 or 1953, somewhere in there. This is just a leaflet that would have been at the dime store. 1953 handbags and hats. 1953 suggestions for fairs and bazaars. Doilies, hot plate mats, pin cushions, pot holders, napkin holders, chair backs. Nylon, women's sweaters, men's sweaters, children's sweaters, stoles, socks, bed jackets, and baby set, 1953. $1953, the famous Puritan crochet book. 1953, pot holders, hot plate covers, and Swedish embroidery. 1953, handkerchief edgings, crocheted, tatted, and hairpin lace. This is hairpin lace. That's filet crochet right there. This is tatting. Stoles and Shrugs, 1953. Doilies, 1953. Crochet chair backs, church laces, shade pulls, 1954. 1954. Crochet rugs. For the home of today, 1950s. This is 1950s, new and old Afghans. The famous Puritan crochet book, 1950s, between 1954 and 1955. And I had written that there's the pansy doilies in here, and there's sandals and purses and dolls. 1954-55, that'd be today's crochet book, modern designs for rugs, hats, bags, pillows, luncheon sets. Crochet fashions, 1944-45. 1954 to 55. Just slippers. 1955, doilies, doilies, and more doilies. 1955, crochet suggestions for fairs and bazaars. Star Beginner's Manual for knitting, crocheting, tatting, and hairpin lace, 1955. 1955 again, doilies. 1955 or 56. It didn't have a date in it, but this is number 26, and this one that was 55 is number 24. Crochet treasures you asked for: rugs, hot plates, mats, bedspreads, tablecloth, doilies. 1956 doilies. 1956 gifts to sell at fairs and bazaar. 1956 doilies, crocheted, knitted, tatted, beaded, pineapples, and ruffles. 1956, the famous Puritan book number 3, crocheting and knitting. 1956 crocheted rugs. 1956 doily book. 1956 gifts, knit, crochet, and Swedish embroidery. 1956 ruffled doilies. Doilies in pineapples, flowers, and sunbursts. 1956. Babies are such fun to dress. Knitting, crocheting, and tatting. 1956. Gifts, knitted, crocheted, and Swedish embroidery. Here's some more Swedish embroidery here. 1950s. 1950s doilies. 1950s to 1960s, and they have hot pads, and it says rug, slippers, hot plates, toys, pillows, and pot holders. And this was using Aunt Lydia's heavy rug yarn. Make bulky knits with the new gem, hat and bag yarn. 1950s or 60s doilies. So you want to make a rug. Also directions for pom-pom, braided, and embroidered rugs. 1960s. This one doesn't have a date, but from the looks of it, it's either 60s, early 70s, probably 60s. Aunt Lydia's Design Studio. And this one isn't a star book. This one is still by American Thread, but it's for cloverleaf and Dawn yarns, and it's afghans and crocheted, knitted and crocheted. And this is Jeanette Styles afghans. And back here I have something to share with you here. This is the starred book number 137. And I'm going to pull this out so you can see it better. This sailing doily I made, and I'm going to show it to you after I put this away. So I'll be right back. This is my pinboard. It's from the early 1950s, and this is the Sailboat doily. And if you use different sized threads, like a size 30 would make you a smaller, it would make it smaller. And the larger, I think I use size 10 regular crochet cotton that we find nowadays, and that's where I had this size. It came out to be that. I made an earlier video with this pinboard where I pinned out my sister's doily that she made me. It was like a dresser, a buffet scarf with cherubs on them. And this pinboard, after you wash your doily and you squeeze all the moisture out in the I put it between two towels and then roll it and squeeze it to get most of the moisture out, because I really don't want this board to get saturated. Some people starch their doilies. I don't. I've seen online where some people say they use a sugar water to starch their doilies, but that I would think would draw bugs to your doily. But you can get like the laundry starch, Stay Puff, or whatever it's called, if you want it to be a stiffer doily. So what I did was, when it was wet, after I washed it, I put a pin in the center of the graph here, and then I pulled out to where I wanted in the circles, and then just kept these pins in this first row along this one, between this yellow and orange lines of the circles. This would be a nice doily for a boys' room or up at the cabin. And this is a pinboard doily stretcher. And I believe it's from 1950 or 1951, somewhere in there. I hope you enjoyed my tour of my American Thread star books and seeing my doily stretcher and sailboat doily. Please like and subscribe and tell me what kind of crochet you like to do. I like doing thread crochet. Down in the comments, tell us what kind of crocheting you like to do.